Never split the difference. Negotiating as if your life depends on it. By Chris Voss with Talbraz. Whew, okay. It's about, okay, so there's this guy, and oh my god, he's killer. He's a former FBI agent. He was like the lead tactic negotiator for the FBI. If there is like somebody to learn negotiation from, it is this man, Chris Voss. He is killer. So, I feel like a lot of people, they talk about negotiation, and they're like, you gotta learn about business stuff. This book, I think, just hits it so hard. It is killer. It goes through like a lot of like getting to yes, stuff like that, all those other negotiation books, and it kind of like literally takes what they're saying and then just blows it up to a whole nother level. And it's like really goes through some of the fundamental, this is like the best way to negotiate. Here are the strategies, really applicable things socially and in new settings and environments. It's just extremely, it's concise, and it uses stories and personal references to explain exactly how to get what you want through negotiation. And of course, never split the difference. So just a killer book on social skills and negotiation. Some of the main takeaways from the book. I think really like one of the number one things I came from it was getting people to say no, and using no as a way to build to yes, but using it strategically as a way, like, because no gives people control. And then at the same time, like mirroring and mimicking what people say to get them to keep talking and sell themselves on something. And like these really great tactics of here's exactly how you can connect with somebody on a personal level so that you can leverage that in a negotiation to get whatever you need so that both parties are happy, right? Another really, like, there's a lot of really great mindsets too on like what to think going into a negotiation, and like the different types of people you could encounter, and then using that in both a business. Like, he talks a lot about the military because all of his experience is like negotiating in the military, but he talks and he's like, this is how you apply it to business, this is how you apply it to whatever field you're in. So using the tactics and principles, he brings in a new application to whatever you're working in, which is super cool because it's like it's like any field you work in. I feel like this book can help you. I really liked the book because it's like gives a really clear guide to growing and becoming a great negotiator. And it's like, here's exactly what you can do, here are the different people you'll see. And then also, like, he just goes through like I think 7-9 like really great tactics he uses, and he builds up repertoire and like talking about the different ways that you can come across by using like real world examples, and confidence, and just like tone of voice. Even he goes into, it's just all these different aspects of human behavior and psychology that you might not necessarily get from a classroom, but he got it through experience in in the field, getting it done. And it shows, he's like, I think he opens the book at Harvard, like he's talking to these professors, and he's able to out negotiate all of them in like everything they do because he just has the tremendous skills that he then develops throughout the rest of the book and teaches you how to do, which is just killer. I think one of my favorite scenes from the book, he was handling a bank takeover where there were like two guys in the bank, and then one of them was a leader, and the other one, he just wasn't having it after the first bit of it. He wanted to get out of there. And he talks about using tactical empathy and really listening to people to build a relationship with them in a negotiation situation so that you can get them what they want, which get out of there safely, or build empathy with them so that you can have a connection so they feel like they're cared about, and then they come subdue on whatever it is that you need to get done with the negotiation. And it talks about how he wasn't the original negotiator or something, and then he just came in on the line one time, and excuse me, and he just says, "Hey, this is Chris. You're talking to me now." And just using sternness and confidence and tactical empathy, which I think is a really big recurring image in it. And then also like making it less personal, like instead of saying, you know, I think this or you should do this, like it's like it seems like or it feels like, and then it goes across how you use those phrases and a bunch of other really specific phrases in a business setting to get exactly what you want out of any new situation or negotiation you do. So really applicable information. And then, you know, at the end of it, it's like the guys walk out of the bank, everyone's happy, no one gets hurt, and it works, right? It works. I think some of the overall images and like ideas in the book are that you can, you know, get whatever it is that you want 100% from a negotiation, just by understanding your counterparty, and like realizing what they want or need, and then identifying with them in like a personal sense, so that you come across, you know, like as a person, right? That's the point. And then using that background to close, you know, whatever it is you work in, close a deal on your best terms that, you know, brings a better situation for everyone. And then I think one other really big takeaway was that you can seriously get, you know, pretty much anything if you set your mind to it, through negotiations, and then also through other aspects of life, you know, just like figuring out exactly how you're going to do it. And then he walks through the strategies to get you there through negotiation, be it with yourself, or with, you know, a business partner, your family, spouse, whatever, right? It's just like, I feel like it's a book that like just profoundly impacts your social skills and your negotiation ability across all aspects of life. And it's something I think could really help a lot of people. I'd say probably like target audience chiefly is people that, you know, work in a business setting, do negotiations. Maybe they work in the military, they do negotiations. I mean, if you do negotiations on a daily, I mean, it's like a no-brainer to read this. But at the same time, if you have like I mean, he's like one of the first couple of pages of the book, he's like, you're always negotiating, right? With friends, with family, to get whatever it is you want. Like, I feel like it's something that can improve everyone's life in all aspects by giving them a newfound ability to communicate with people what they want and then get it. And then also building a relationship with others and growing that relationship by using some of the really great strategies he, you know, brings up in the book about connecting with people, and then like communicating exactly what you want and then having it happen, and getting like the best possible outcome in any given situation you come across in life, be it business, work, school, you know, whatever. He really walks through exactly how to get it done so that you can go towards whatever future it is you want. Like, this is probably like up here with how to win friends and influence people in like books to read to improve social skills. It's killer. It's killer. So I hope it helps you guys out. I think freaking 10 out of 10 book. And it's really like interesting, you know. The guy's like an FBI agent and he's writing about psychological topics, and he just kills it, knocks it out of the park. Link below if you want to check it out. Thanks guys, have a good one.